Six guys talking about random stuff. You can turn us off when you've had enough.
What's up, podcasters? You're back with Six Guys Talking, and we are on part 3 of this little sort of series thing we're kind of doing. And we're all done with the consoles tier list, and now we're on the talk about PC builds and about what's better than what and how to make the best PC you possibly can. So,
alrighty, so we all know that consoles are great. They're great if you're starting out in gaming, but once you're getting up there, you gotta get a PC. That's just the way it is. So I have some advice with some graphics cards, and pretty much the higher number that is on like the RTX, say like 370, the higher that number is, the better it's gonna be, and also the higher the price is, it's better.
I mean, that's not always true, because with this new 30 series, the Titan's kind of outdated now. 'Cause that used to be the best card out there, wasn't it?
not for gaming.
Not for gaming.
No.
It was good, but
This is NVIDIA, by the way.
NVIDIA, yeah.
Yeah, the 2080 Ti kind of ruled the gaming world for a while. Because the Titan was good, but it wasn't geared towards gaming the same way the 2080 Ti was.
It's also needlessly expensive.
I mean, if people pay
there's
it,
a lot
you
of
know.
those.
That's pretty much half of all like PC parts nowadays. Too expensive.
Well,
No.
you pay for quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supply.
But you can also get cheaper parts that are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
can
It's like
build
you
a
don't need
PC that is better than a console.
You can build a $500 PC that
Yeah.
is better than an Xbox One.
Exactly.
Xbox S. Wait, what's the new one?
Xbox
Like
Series.
Series X. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Whatever
be
they're
even
naming
longer.
their crap now.
Ooh, cool
The
name.
next one will be like 10 words long.
Xbox.
Yes.
We already had that conversation.
Yeah, we did. That's true.
Last episode.
I mean, if you just have a TV with upscaling, technically you can run like anything, and it's gonna look good.
Well, yeah. But a monitor is going to be your best bet
What's
for PC.
upscaling?
Is where your TV will take whatever graphics, like say a PS4 is running onto it, and it will make it better. So if you have a 4K TV, it can upscale it to 4K.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
The TV has a computer in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
You're going to want a
neat.
monitor, though. Monitor, you're going to want, if you're going to want to like play competitively, you're going to want like 1080p, 144 hertz.
27 to 32 inch.
32. That's huge.
Or like 24.
Yeah,
25.
24,
Yeah.
24 to 27.
See, that's just incorrect. I think you need more
Well,
screen.
if you only have one monitor, then
Yeah,
maybe,
but if you have more screen,
if you
then
have
your eyes
multiple,
more
then I don't
latency.
think you need
Places.
232 inches.
Bigger screen, more latency.
No.
Not really, not always.
I'm saying,
Typically.
like, if you're playing like Call of Duty or something like that, then you gotta look more places to see if you got
That's true.
people trying to murder you.
That's more places
You
to
got a
peek
smaller
other guys,
screen.
though.
It's not exactly how it works.
No.
Well, no, more screens is more seeing area. Once you have enough, you can see the entire map at once. Yep.
Coming from the guy.
That's
Yeah, I don't know anything. That's a
It's
joke.
like,
So-
it's like David's one con.
Yeah, the guy who
That's
has
a joke
weed.
podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, NVIDIA rules the GPU space. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
No, I think AMD does.
No.
No.
Transcend
listen
just-
to that.
yes.
I'm kidding.
It's not
I'm
even
kidding.
close.
I'm kidding.
Okay, so yeah.
NVIDIA, the higher the number, the better the cards you're going to get. You can get away with anything from the 20 series to 30. You could even go as
You
low
can
as
go
the
to 1080.
60.
You can get a
Yeah.
10, yeah.
Well, I was going to say
Even the-
1660 would be another like good budget card that you can get.
I highly doubt anybody's understanding what you guys are talking about right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much just nerd talk.
Our
Well,
main audience are
um,
parents.
If you are just starting out, or if you're thinking about like buying a system for your kid or letting them build it,
Maybe you want to build one yourself.
yeah,
just
I would
'cause.
say if you want to buy one for your kid, I would go to a website called NZXT, and they have a great like starter build program. That's what it's called. It's a starter build, and there's like all sorts of price ranges in there, and it's like really good website for them to build it for you. But if you want to build it, or if they want to build it, there's lots of videos on YouTube that can teach you how to do it. Lots of people know how to do it. You can call Best Buy. They can do it for you, but it's obviously going to be cheaper if you do
I
it.
think it costs like $200 for them to build it.
Really?
For Best Buy, and NZXT would build it for like 50.
Yeah.
And as far as parts go, if you want to work outside of that, there's a site called PC Part Picker where
Right.
you can go and select every different part of the PC. There's 7 primary components, and
Make
it's to
sure
make
they're
sure that you
compatible.
have all of those.
Yeah.
Yep, they're compatible.
It'll tell you the specs on those, tell you if like the build is going to be good quality, if it'll work together.
That
And-
site you can purchase directly from Newegg and Amazon.
Mhm.
That you can buy your parts from there. It'll take you to different links so you can get everything that you're looking for. You can also set up peripherals there like monitors, keyboards, mice,
Yeah.
mice.
And that's really good because like people like me, I feel like I'd either forget a part or like get the wrong one or
Oh,
like it
yeah.
doesn't work. And, like I'm sure
Yeah.
it's happened a lot of times before, but like that's like insanely
Or you
helpful.
buy a refurbished motherboard.
Or you buy the
Doesn't
wrong size
work.
case.
Anything else, McClure?
Just make sure that when you're building it, you're very careful with your parts and stuff like that.
Your motherboard will come with a static-free bag. and
For a
it's-
reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy to build on there too, so
Yeah.
you don't accidentally, charge your components that aren't supposed to
Same
be
with the
charged.
CPU. Wait, so what are we thinking for CPU?
I would go AMD.
A starter CPU.
Yeah, sure.
It depends what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you're only going to use this for gaming,
Well, yeah, we'll say for
then you would want to go an Intel. But if you were going to do anything else, like even if you were just going to work on it every now and then for school or work, then you would want to go AMD.
And I think AMD's prices are still better, like far and away, for a lot of their comparable chips.
Intel i5 is a really good one to go if you're starting out. Intel Core i5 or Core i3. Those are good ones.
What's the price on
Ninth
those?
Gen.
Cheap.
I think it's not like super expensive.
250.
And a similar crossover for those would be like your Ryzen 5s, which Ryzen 5 1600. Well, 16 used to be super cheap. It used to be $80, and it was very similar to like the Core
Well,
i3.
You can get a
Yeah, I
Intel
guess.
Core i5 for $169.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
It's really good.
And then Ryzen side, you have Ryzen 3 3200, and anything with a G behind it is going to come with integrated graphics.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play, not great, but you could play games on that CPU with integrated graphics.
I think every Intel chip has an integrated graphics in it, but just
I don't know.
not a good.
I mean, you're gonna want a graphics card.
Yeah, if you're going to do any gaming, yes, you want a graphics card.
You're gonna want to get definitely an NVIDIA one. I would recommend 2060 or 2070 for starters. Those are pretty good models. You can honestly go with 370, 360. Those are like relatively cheap for how good and
How good
like,
they are.
how much you can use them for.
If you can find one.
Yeah, they're like selling out like PS5s.
But me and Austin run 2060, 2070, and I think we both run at our monitor's frame rate or above every game
Yeah,
we play.
yeah.
And we both have 144, so you're never gonna run into a bottleneck on your monitor or with your components going into your monitor as far as frame rates go with the 2060 or 2070.
You're gonna want 16 gigabytes of RAM at least, maybe 32, depending on what you're doing. 32 if you're like editing videos, filmmaking, stuff like that. You're maybe gonna want an SSD, solid state drive of 250 gigabytes to put your system on that, your operating system, Windows 10, whatever you use. And then just like a hard drive, like 2 terabytes, something like that. That's what I did, and it works pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I just
I think
have
that's what
500
all-
gig and I have
all
yet
of
to
us
fill
do.
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just have my 500 gig SSD, and then I have a 500 gig hard drive that I could put in it, but I haven't yet just because.
See, if you played Ark, that's like
Yeah.
300 gigs for
Yeah.
one game.
Extra hard drive.
Yeah.
So, McLean, do you want to walk us through your build just so we can get an idea of
What over?
what a reasonable build might be?
You mean a not reasonable build?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So,
Oh, and more colors does make your PC
It does.
Yes.
It
better.
makes
You're gonna
it
want
a
some
lot better.
RGB. Some
lot.
RGB lights.
wait, so are we like each gonna walk through our builds, or is this like just throwing me on the
No,
spot?
we're just doing
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're just throwing you on the
Just
spot
you.
because I think it's funny to hear it every time.
So I went with the more high-end build, right?
Why
And
is that?
because
Flex.
it's gonna last longer, and I won't have to upgrade as soon as these
It
guys
will
will.
last
I don't
10
think.
years,
I
so-
bet we
Yeah.
all upgrade about the same time.
Okay, but you could probably play on my system for the next 10 years, and
Yeah.
it'd be
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I got a 2080 Ti in mine, which is the graphics card. And then I have the Intel i9 9900K, so it's unlocked, which I do have it unlocked, pumping about 5 gigahertz.
That's the CPU.
Yeah, that's the CPU. I got 32 gigs of RAM at 3600 megahertz. And that's the 3 items you need to run a computer. And then for storage, I got a 1 terabyte M.2 with a 3 terabyte hard drive.
And an M.2 is just like an SSD, but it like goes in your
faster.
motherboard.
Yeah, it's really fast. That's about it. It's about all you need to run a computer.
Well,
Very
you
simple.
might need a
Very
motherboard
simple.
too, but
A motherboard and a power supply.
That's
but-
true. Everything connects to the motherboard,
Yeah.
and then a power supply powers all those things.
yeah.
But yeah.
Seems kind of important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
A little.
And a lot of lights.
Yes.
Lots of lights.
Lots of fans and
Mhm.
lights.
So McLean did the really high end
you
build.
actually do
What
need
you
a
gonna
lot of
talk about
fans.
water cooling?
That is true. I do have 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
he
5,
also-
6,
you also
7, 8,
need a way to-
9,
Cool it.
10.
Cool it.
I have 11 fans in there.
So that's gonna
Nah,
stay
it's
pretty
good
cool.
disposable PC.
Oh, that's good.
Or starting.
Are you counting your GPU?
And
fans in that?
a water cooling.
You don't need a water cooler. You can just
No.
get a fan.
Yeah.
Just get a water bottle.
Yeah.
I just dump water on my CPU every once in a while.
Turn it into
Every
a KF
24
console,
hours.
but like a KF
Do
computer.
not do that.
Do not pour water on any of your computer parts.
No.
It's not good.
This is a joke.
Your computer is not thirsty.
It is a joke, but it does have water cooling.
Right.
Just a slight flex.
Alright, so McLean did the high end. I guess you could say I did lower end. It's
fill your water
it's still
cooler with
probably
buffalo
mid range.
sauce?
Yeah, you can
But
put anything.
so
That's
for
awesome.
GPU, I did.
someone do great Gatorade.
Sorry, we're in.
I
A slight tangent. I told him to put buffalo
You
sauce. in
can
water
pretty
cooling.
much put whatever liquid you want in your water cooler, and it should work.
But don't.
That's a bad idea.
But the good thing to do is put water in it with some sort of like coolant mixture in there too. It
Not
works
great.
pretty
So
much
like-
like a
so
car
like-
radiator.
So like
Yeah.
Kool-Aid powder.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
It literally is a radiator.
yeah, it's the exact same thing that cools your engine is the exact same
Yeah.
thing that cools my CPU.
That's cool.
He stole it. He's not giving it back.
Took it out of his car and
just
put it
took
in
the
his.
radio.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
took my radiator out of my car and slapped her. All right, go
All right,
ahead, Bruce.
continue.
Sorry.
Alright, so for GPU, I went with the 2060 from NVIDIA. It was the newest card at the point that I bought it, like the newest range of them, which were the 20 series. So you had 2060, 2070, 2080, and 2080 Ti. Do all of those come with a Ti version? No.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. And the 2080 is a 2080 Super too.
Yeah, that's so that was the newest version. Were the 20s at that point, so that's what I got. I went with the Ryzen 5 3600 processor, and all of Ryzen's processors come unlocked, so you can overclock that. Base speed, I believe, is 4.2 gigahertz. As far as motherboard, I went with Tomahawk Max. It was just easy to get. MSI Tomahawk Max, they're keep up with anything you want to do, and it's more future-proof than a lot of them that you can get for AMD. And then for RAM, I have a 16 gig kit that lights up, and that's the only part that I really liked about it, so that's what we went with. And
What was the price on all that stuff?
all of that
Your
together,
entire build.
the entire build, I believe, came out to $1,200, and then I had monitor and peripherals that I bought too that brought it up to about $15 total.
Lower end.
Clan, how much did yours cost again? I don't think we went over that.
Yeah.
We discussed that.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I also use it for other than gaming too, though.
I use mine
Google
for other
Classroom.
than gaming too.
Google Classroom.
Yeah.
You know how demanding that can be.
Does it run Google Classroom pretty well, Clan?
It runs stonks good though.
Alright.
I would have to think about the total price of mine. I have to do some adding.
Alright, Clan, you want to do that adding? Austin, you want to talk about your build a bit, and then we can go to.
Well, my build, I kind of already explained mine through the parts that I recommend. It's pretty much there. Trenton, do you think you got one?
Yeah. Well, I have my GPU is the 1660 Ti, or not Ti, Super.
Yeah.
And then the CPU, AMD Ryzen 7 2800 or 700, one of the two.
Yeah.
And what else? I have 16 gigs of RAM, terabyte hard drive, and then 512 gig M.2 SSD. And then motherboard, it's an Asus something. I don't know the exact model of it, but and then a power supply. So I think that's like 750 watt, something like that.
Yeah.
And for any RAM, make sure it's DDR4. There's a lot of cheap
Yeah.
stuff out right now that's DDR2, DDR3, and that would not keep up as well as you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't exactly go bargain shopping, but, you know.
You can go bargain shopping on specific components
yeah.
of your computer.
Your
but
case, you can go bargain shopping on.
I don't know, man. That's debatable because
It's gotta be
you got
clear,
an
you gotta see it.
expensive, cool one. Come on now.
Well, yeah, but a lot of them come with clear shields nowadays, and you can get them. I think mine was $70.
Mine
Do
was
they all
70.
come with RGB though?
Was
And
it
mine has
PM60?
better fans than
Doesn't
yours
matter.
because mine don't blinky blink. Mine are nice and smooth going around.
That's boring.
Lame.
Yeah, mine was 70. It came with 2 fans and clear case, so or clear
Yeah.
front panel.
And if you're going the gaming route, so there's Arctic. What is that? What's the name of it?
Arctis.
Yeah,
the headset.
Arctis. Arctis headsets are really nice. You can go, there's 1 through 9, and it's just variable components on the way up, but everything is going to be good sound quality and good mic quality.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of the people that play games on PC have right now.
So, yeah, some peripheral ideas. I would personally recommend going, peripherals are just like your monitor and
Keyboard,
mouse,
mouse.
and mouse pad and things like that. I would recommend going with a more expensive mouse than a keyboard. You don't exactly need like a super nice keyboard.
Dude, you can
to
do
play.
like anything
You
with
can-
just the most basic of keyboards. They
Pretty
might,
much.
they might not last as long, but
Right.
like you can get a nice, really nice, just like simple Logitech keyboard,
Uh-huh.
and you can do like any kind of game on it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Habit has a mechanical keyboard, which is clicky, which makes it better, and it's only like $30, which the
Yeah.
keyboard is not the problem. in my
Basically,
gameplay, it's
you can
the-
game on any keyboard, but you're gonna need a nice
You're gonna
mouse.
need a good mouse.
A
and
good mouse
mouse
changes
pad
the
too.
game.
You're gonna need
Yeah.
a mouse pad. Doesn't
Yes,
like a big
get a
one,
mouse pad.
Not like just a little
Get an
dinky
RGB
one. You're gonna
mouse
want a big
pad.
one. Doesn't have to be RGB, but
RGB does help.
Yeah, it
Does-
makes you better.
Makes you better.
Although, if I will say, because I've from personal experience, if you're going on Amazon for a keyboard and you see, if you search up like I don't know, like gaming keyboard, and you see one that looks like a super high end one for like $30 and it's rated decently, it's probably not going to last you very long. The keys will not work.
But
after
it
a
would
while.
work. It
Yeah,
would
it
work.
would
It
work.
would be perfectly fine for
Yeah.
gaming
It would work as well as a $200 keyboard until
Yes.
keys started
until
falling
it
off.
started to not
until
work.
it
Yeah.
just breaks down and you're A key doesn't work.
Do you think it's
anymore.
better to have like the 60 or 80% keyboards or whatever those are called? Like, when they don't
60%
select the number
is,
pad?
10 key less.
is
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
I
it's
have
way
a full
better.
I-
keyboard though,
Mhm.
and I feel like keyboard it doesn't matter as much because you
But-
can slide that off to
but-
the side
but-
and just kind
but-
of do it in your
but-
head because of how we all know keyboards.
Yeah, I just knew
now
that was the thing.
I'm not though.
But I,
You weren't
I
even
do,
on last night. You
I do
can't
have a
trash talk
60%.
anybody.
You do the 60.
I do have a 60%
I have a
keyboard.
10 keyless, and I do say I do wish I had a 60% keyboard.
There's like no
'Cause
number
there
pad,
is-
but like what's the other part that's missing?
There's
what's
no
the-
F keys.
There's
either.
no-
F,
yeah.
F keys,
F1,
okay.
But,
But
we're all there.
The amount of room that you have
Yeah, it's
on a
intense.
60% is so much different than on a full keyboard.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so small. It's
Mhm.
super small.
It's
I'm
really
gonna be
nice.
honest. I do wish I hadn't gotten a full size because it does take up my whole desk, and
They're
Yeah.
so big.
it's kind of
I
ridiculous.
like a bigger keyboard, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Well,
I
but
do
when
have
you're
bigger
mid game
hands,
and
so.
you flick into your metal keyboard, it just obliterates your thumb. It kind of sucks.
Maybe get better.
Sometimes you gotta swing that whole arm into your flick, and then you got a
No.
problem.
That's how you overshoot a flag.
But yeah, the mouse situation.
Clearly you're
Razer
not
makes some good
positioning your
mice.
crosshair correctly.
Logitech makes some good mice. I'd recommend going from Razer, Logitech, Corsair makes some good mice. Those
Corsair
brands.
makes a lot of good
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
think I have
three
a
good
Corsair
brands
headset. It's not too bad.
To
Mic-
get mice
mic was
from.
horrible, though.
Go a little more expensive on the mouse, just in my opinion,
Mhm.
because it's more important.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna be like hitting all your shots with and doing all that stuff.
And also, when you
Razer
when you do get a high end mouse, it's also a good idea to get a mouse pad with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Get like a big one. It
There's
doesn't
some that go
necessarily have
across
to
your whole
light up,
desk
but-
that are really nice. I don't even know what I have, but it's big enough that I don't slide off of it very often. Yeah, it's also Arctis. Yeah. I like Arctis peripherals. They're nice. They're loud.
mechanical or are they laser?
They're laser.
Okay, so like
Okay,
the
so
keyboards?
keyboard, you want to get mechanical.
Okay, well you can get both.
I mean
No.
mouse.
Does
that have a mouse?
ball still?
No,
No.
no, no, no,
no.
And a mouse pad still works well with those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because otherwise
Mine-
you're gonna be reading
okay,
on a
so
wood
there's-
surface, and that doesn't work very well for the lasers.
Yeah.
If you get like good enough stuff, you can calibrate your mouse to your mouse pad, and your mouse will perform better because it knows it's on that certain type of mouse pad.
Jeez.
I mean, if you get like, I'm sure
Is that
there's
what you
stuff
have?
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's helped McLean a lot too.
because I'm sure
I
there's
ju-
like, if it's like the same brand, like those ones that, do you have to like plug it in? Does your mouse pad,
Yeah.
like plug
Yeah.
it in? Yeah.
But you have to have the same brand of stuff.
Is it
Which
Razer?
it just happened to be that I owned the same brand and that it worked like that because I didn't even know about it for the first like year I had my mouse pad in my mouse. Well, I haven't even
Yeah,
had
I
my
didn't-
computer
I
for
was
years.
I'd never heard of
say,
that. I've never heard of that till now.
For the longest time, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I just have like a Logitech pad. It's just there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's good.
Yeah.
You just want
Or
something
like
to just move around on.
when I was very first gaming, I just had like a little tiny mouse pad you get for free, you know, and my mouse would fall off of it, and it's terrible. Or
But you need a mouse pad because otherwise your mouse
mean,
just
I-
won't know when you're moving.
I
and
just
that's
have like
1,000
I don't
times
have
worse.
like one of those super long ones. I just kind of have like a decently medium, kind of
Yeah.
smallish, medium-sized one.
Yeah, that's what I
As long
have.
as you can control your hand when you're playing video games, I've never had.
I feel like
problems
your
slipping
entire
off of
desk
it.
is like really excessive. Like where your keyboard and everything is too. Like I feel like it's really excessive for a mouse pad. And obviously I don't know, but like
What do you mean?
like having like a mouse pad being over like your entire desk instead
You
of
set
like
your
just
keyboard.
Well, you
a-
can put your
you
keyboard on top of it.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying it seems like a lot, like excessive.
Yeah, but it
to
looks
me.
Well, if
really
you're-
cool.
See, it,
Oh, okay.
It does actually look really
yeah.
it
cool.
really
Full
depends
set.
though because
Just depends on what kind of desk
Like,
you have. Because
it-
mine is like I've had my desk for like 5 or 6 years from a garage sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I've
It
got
doesn't
some
really.
ranky
It
thing
would
up
really
top,
look
yeah.
great if I had some super high-end mouse pad on my
Yeah.
crappy desk.
see if you
But
are
it covers up the crap on top.
if you have
guess.
enough room to put a giant mouse pad on your desk, and if you have enough room to play at really low sensitivity and have a ton of room to move your mouse, then you're gonna be a lot better at the game, because that's a lot easier to aim that way.
Nah, we go 16,000 DPI all the way.
25,000 club.
All right, so the PC versus console, the like player base on those. More people right now have consoles, I would say.
It's just more accessible.
Right. But I'd say that's also changing. Like more people are getting into PC gaming. So like right now, tons of consoles, tons of people that play on consoles. But with cross-platform and stuff like that coming out, where you can play on PS4 with Xbox and PC players, I'd say more and more people are changing over to PC, and so that's kind of why we're having this conversation, is because more and more people are getting into building a PC and playing games on their PC.
They're just tired of getting dunked on.
Yeah.
And
I just feel like
it's
when you're,
also
like-
easier on PC.
I feel like when you're like this age, you start to like
Cross-platform
when you're younger, you want to be on console. I feel like once you get older, you'd like PC
Right.
more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
feel
I
like
think-
it's like that transition.
I think a lot of the benefits that come from a console when you're younger come from your friends also having consoles, because no one's parents wants to buy them a PC.
No.
I mean,
But as console prices go up and get closer to PCs anyway, I could see younger kids switching over to PC too.
going on what David
They
said,
really
we're in
got
that
that,
age
though.
range that we started with like the simpler consoles and stuff,
Yeah.
but we've grown up as PC gaming has as well.
Yeah.
Like when we were
for
young,
sure.
PC gaming wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
There was like
It's been
Wasn't
very
popular.
recent, blew
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
exactly.
But in that blow up, you see, I think 10% of our class, probably more than 10%, probably 20% of our senior class has them.
Maybe,
Yeah, we have a
maybe
really small
maybe a
class,
PC of
but-
some kind, not all gaming though. Like I don't have an actual PC. I have a laptop that I use.
Yeah.
But I
Gaming
mean,
on a
it's,
computer rather than
I got
Yeah,
my-
that's
I have
what I
a-
mean.
I have an MSI laptop though, so it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like MSI.
I just mean switching over to gaming on like
Yeah.
computer platforms
Yeah.
as opposed to solely consoles. I think you see that switch
And
happening.
I feel like that transition is actually not that terrible, because like on a PC, like you can still use a controller if you rather do that. And like I mean like you can start console
Okay.
and then you can go on
There
computer,
are some
use it
games
for
that
a
are better
while,
with a controller,
and then
you
go
can't
back to
deny that,
keyboard
right?
and fully be PC.
Anything with vehicles. I feel like
Not necessarily.
most.
Sometimes.
Rocket League is
Rocket
easier.
League is
Controller,
easier with the
price
controller.
of consoles is going up that
If you
much.
play Dark Souls, it's a lot easier with
Starting price
a
is
controller.
$400.
I feel like Minecraft's probably easier with
Price
the
of
controller,
consoles
but
isn't
I know
really.
that
No,
there's some
PC's
games
like
that
PC way better.
Yeah.
It's easier.
there's some games on PC that will give controller like aim assist and all
I
that.
prefer
so that
mobile
can help.
Minecraft myself, but whatever.
Austin, you wouldn't know
Yeah.
anything about those
Yeah.
games, would you?
No, aim assist is. Don't know anything about that. But yeah, you get more frames from PCs than consoles, so they're just a little bit better.
Right.
That's yeah.
And I think that was a really, really good discussion. I hope we helped you guys learn some more and maybe even help you figure out what you need to buy for your own PC. But that's all we got for you guys today, and thank you for listening to Six Guys Talking.